Banquet service comes in all shapes, sizes, and budgets. Plated, receptions, buffets, food stations, cafeteria, and family style all present their own pros and cons, but we're going to focus on the food cost. Let's look at the elements of costing a 4-course plated meal. We've got an appetizer, a salad with dressing, an entree with vegetable and starch, and a dessert. We generally focus on our center of plate option, but we don't want to forget the sides, sauces, and accompaniments like the wrap. That's rolls with butter, salt and pepper, and beverages, including cream and sugar for coffee.
Let's put our food costing in perspective. Guess what? It's time for some math. Don't worry, Corey brought his calculator. Let's say a customer wants to do a filet mignon with seasonal veg and asparagus and scalloped potatoes. Watch this. Whoa!
Wow.
Our current market price on filet mignon is $25 per pound, and a typical dinner portion is 7 ounces. There are 16 ounces in a pound, so how much does that 7-ounce portion cost?
I'm having a junior high flashback and I love it. Okay, so 16 divided by 7 is 2.285.
Right. So 1 pound will yield about 2.3 portions.
So $25 per pound divided by 2.3 portions equals $10.87 per portion.
That's exactly right. We're halfway there. Let's look at our sides next. According to Chef, a portion of seasonal veg with asparagus is 65 cents and the scalloped potatoes are 58 cents. So let's add all that up.
Okay, so $10.87 plus 65 cents plus 58 cents is $12.10. You're welcome.
You were in honors classes, weren't you?
Yes.
So was I. Okay, then what do we need to charge for this plate so that the food cost is only 20%?
$1 million.
Really?
Not really. Close though. No, we would take 1210 and divide that by 0.2. That's 20, and then that gives us a price of $60.50, and we'll just round that up to $60 to make it a little more digestible.
So now we know we need to charge at least $60 for this plate so that our food cost is the optimum 20%. Keep in mind that's just the dinner. We'll need the cost of our appetizer, salad, and dessert too.
Let's pause and take a closer look at that math. To convert a percentage into a decimal, you just put a decimal in front of it. So 20% becomes 0.20 or 43% becomes 0.43. We want to know what we would need to charge so we keep our food costs between 20 and 24%. First, add up all the items on your plate. So $10.87 plus 65 cents plus 58 cents equals $12.10. Next, divide the total food cost by your percentage. $12.10 divided by 0.20, that's 20%, and we get $60.50. Want to know what we need to charge if food cost is 24%? That's $12.10 divided by 0.24, which equals $50.42.
If a customer is price sensitive, steering them to a less expensive option can be helpful. For instance, they really want the filet, potatoes, and asparagus, but $60 per plate is out of their budget. So perhaps we suggest short ribs. The filet alone was almost $11, but a typical portion of short ribs is half that. Broccolini is less than asparagus, and mashed potatoes are less than scalloped potatoes.
Ooh, my turn. Oh, that's gross. That's gross and stinky.
I think I better handle this.
It's so not fair.
Told you.
Short ribs are $5.50 plus 48 cents for seasonal veg with broccolini and 40 cents for garlic mashed potatoes. That brings our total food cost to $6.38, a savings of $5.72. Now, for our retail price, $6.38 divided by 0.20 is $28.60, which will round to $29.
Exactly. We've saved our customer more than 50% and we're still making optimum profit. Win-win. Another way to save is through serving duets, such as a 4-ounce filet with a 3-ounce salmon. This brings the overall cost down and still allows the customer to serve filet. If a customer's entree is non-negotiable, look for savings with a less expensive appetizer, salad, or dessert.
Buffets are always a good option when a plated service just doesn't fit the client's needs. There are a few things to keep in mind about buffets. There is no portion control. The smaller the group, the more waste, and therefore the higher the food cost. Guests will usually eat the same amount of food from the buffet no matter how many salads or entrees are present. Guests will eat lighter at lunch than at dinner, and guests are more likely to eat dessert at dinner. Removing a standard salad or entree or dessert from the buffet may not substantially alter the cost, well, unless it's an expensive option.
Let's talk about a typical lunch buffet setup. You definitely want to consider 1 soup, 2 salads, 2 protein entrees, 1 vegetarian entree, 1 starch, 1 vegetable, and 2 desserts. For a typical dinner buffet, you'd add a salad, a protein entree, and maybe a dessert.
Let's examine a sample buffet costing worksheet. Fun. With our example, you see we have our 1 soup, 3 salad options, 3 protein entrees, beef, fish, and chicken, 1 vegetable side, 1 pasta side, and 2 desserts. Plus, we've got bread and butter and coffee along with creams and sugar. Listed is the approximate portion per person and the associated cost. Our subtotal of food cost per guest is just over $15. Because this is a buffet, we need to overproduce a little to make sure we've got enough, so we've built in a 15% overproduction fee. Now our cost per person is $17.62. Math time again!
So if our cost is $17.62 and we want to have the optimal 20% food cost, we divide that $17.62 by 0.20, 20%, and our per person price is now $88. If we need our per person price to be closer to $65, we'll take our $17.62 and divide by the $65 price, and we see our food cost now is 27%. Yikes, let's not do that.
Yeah, he said. This is the perfect place to steer your customer to some more economical choices, so you protect your food costs.
Family style is another option in the land between buffets and plated meals. Family style means food is placed on the table in large serving dishes and diners serve themselves. This gives us better portion control over a buffet, but still requires overproduction. This style is more labor intensive than a buffet, and you need to consider equipment, utensils, and vessels as well.
Regardless of the type of banquet, there are some labor factors to consider. Do we make the menu items from scratch, or do we purchase it fully prepared? Desserts are a great example. They can be expensive when purchased fully prepared, but you may not have the labor available to make them from scratch. Do we need to work with the purchased product before service? You can purchase many food items that need to be finished by the culinary team. As an example, frozen pastry items that need to be baked and garnished as opposed to an item that is ready as is. Is an item appropriate for both small and large groups based on your kitchen staffing? Some hotels have large culinary teams able to mass produce hot and cold hors d'oeuvres from scratch. However, producing hundreds of reception items is labor intensive, so a majority of hotels purchase these items finished from local vendors. Another example is box-to-go lunches. Larger teams can set up an assembly line to prepare and box all components. Smaller hotels may not have the bandwidth to prepare in this way and will instead purchase complete box lunches from local suppliers. Overall, our goal is to protect the interests of the hotel and the profitability of the F&B department. Learn about the cost factors for purchased versus made in-house for your property?
Most things hold up well in the hot box, but it's really all about the timing. Timing is everything. The hot box is there to transport the hot meal from the kitchen to the destination. The food is timed to cook and to be served within a certain time frame, and that's why the program details are so crucial. Once we have crossed that timeline, the food starts to die. The filet starts to overcook, or the crab gremolata crusted salmon starts to go soggy. If you have the staff to French pass sauce, this would be very helpful, as the plates do not sweat. Plus, it's a nice touch during service. In a buffet, most things work if they're handled properly and executed with care. French fries, for instance, do not hold well in a hot box and should be made and then run directly from the kitchen when needed. A make-your-own slider station is better than pre-made ones that sit under a heat lamp. Flatbreads on a buffet are another one to avoid and should be treated like fries. Items that are sauced like short ribs and dense items like lasagna hold up well in a shafer. And vegetables should be made when needed, as the color is more striking when they are fresh.
Time for review. Keep food costs between 20 and 24%. Don't forget to include sauce, accompaniments, and the wrap when calculating cost. Food costs divided by optimum percentage will yield our retail price. Steer customers to less expensive options before discounting. Buffets can be more economical, but higher waste can cause food costs to rise. Family style is in between plated and buffets. Labor factors can affect food costs, so know your property.